Hello friends from Arusha, Tanzania, and the first ever GLF, Global Learning Forum for Children of Promise. And welcome to You Make Wholeness Possible, our monthly video newsletter for Children of Promise, where we share news and updates and exciting stories from all of our programs around the world. Now, instead of me doing the final introduction today, I've invited my friend Herman, our National Director of Children of Promise, to welcome you to his country.
Hello, karibuni Tanzania. Welcome to Tanzania.
Thank you so much, Herman. Well, stay tuned for the rest of the video because we have updates about International Youth Convention, our Kilimanjaro climb, and some amazing stories from leaders like Herman here at the GLF. Well, welcome to this month's video, and we are so excited to share what's been happening in this historic month here in Tanzania. For the first time in the history of our program, we have interviewed every child in the country of Tanzania, spread out hundreds of miles, hundreds and hundreds of children, thanks to many of you supporters who helped make this trip possible, as well as many guests who came from 2 different interview teams over the last few weeks. It has been an incredible journey, and we're so excited to share more with you as we go through this week. One of the big highlights of the interview portion of this trip was meeting the children who are growing up in the program, who are becoming doctors, computer scientists, trainers and teachers and pastors, who are taking the knowledge that the program enabled them to have here in the program in Tanzania to do good around the world and here in their own country. So we're so thankful to so many of you who have made that possible. Right now, we're finishing up the first ever GLF. The GLF, or the Global Learning Forum, is our way of giving back to the 1,000 plus volunteers around the Children of Promise world who make our program operate every month. Without them, Children of Promise would not exist.
Hi, my name is Tebogo Karakosi from Botswana. I would love to say thank you for your sponsorship, and we're very grateful for us to have met here. I would like to encourage those who didn't come so that next time they come, because I've really benefited a lot. I've come up with a lot of ideas after this meeting, and I believe that we are going to run a very successful program through everything that I've learned. Thank you.
And so here in Africa, in Arusha, Tanzania, is our first ever meeting. We've spent time sharing African proverbs from each of the countries, which have been so fun. One of my favorites was, when you are on the top of an elephant, don't forget that there's still dew on the ground, which is a warning to those people in power not to forget those who they work with and for. So we've had a lot of fun with the African proverbs, as well as spending time each day praying for each country by name as we surround their national leader. This is important because many of our countries here in Africa are going through very diverse situations. We've heard a lot of stories of illness. Of course, COVID touched many of these programs in many different ways. And so we've been praying specifically for each country that God would continue to protect them and bless them as they go forward. This has been just an incredible first go at the GLF. If you don't know, we're planning on doing this every other year in each of our parts of the world. So in the next few years, we'll be having a GLF in Central South America, as well as in Asia in the next few years. And we're so excited that the success of this first one is a model for the rest. Another thing that stuck out to me during the GLF was our assistant director, Edrin from Uganda, our largest program in Africa. And Edrin shared that the Church of God is growing because of the program. And even during the pandemic, even when they were not able to travel between different parts of the country, they were able to get the resources to the children, and the churches were growing even then because of the Children of Promise program. And we cannot wait to see what God is going to do in the other regions as we continue to gear up. If you would like to participate in one of the future GLFs, you can do that. We bring guests to be a part, to learn, to listen, and even to share, as I did today, some American parables of what how we see the world, so that we can learn from each other. We're so excited about this GLF, and we want to say a big thank you to many of you who've donated this year during our birthday year, because you've enabled us to have this first GLF, to love on our directors who do all of this, many of them without any pay. So we're so thankful to you, and we can't wait to share more as the summer goes on.
I am honored to be part of the GLF conference, first of its kind on African soil. I've learned a lot from my fellow directors and also from the executive director and his team from the US and some of the sponsors. It's been a joy of my life. It's like having a charger to recharge me so that when I go back, I can share the knowledge that I've learned.
Hey there, friends. I want to bring you greetings from Tanzania. We're here in a village called Mbulu in the mountains of Tanzania. It's a beautiful day, and we're here interviewing kids for Children of Promise and spending time with them, just getting to know them, hearing about their dreams, thinking about how they're developing as individuals and becoming leaders for the Church of God in Tanzania. And we're sorry we're not there at IYC this year, but we do have some representatives there. I hope you'll go check out their table and see what that's all about. But we're just so grateful to be in partnership with you all, to raise up leaders here in Tanzania, just like all of you are being raised up to lead the church into the future, into the next generation. So thanks for gathering and thanks for joining us. And we look forward to hearing all about all the wonderful things happening at IYC this year.
Well, finally, as we wrap up the GLF, we are so excited for another historic thing to cap off this trip with our first ever climb of Kilimanjaro. We have 8 climbers, including myself and our director, Mike, who will be starting on the mountain this coming Saturday as we raise money and awareness for the Children of Promise program. If you didn't know about the Kili climb, it's not too late to get involved. You can go to childrenofpromise.global/campaigns, and there you can donate and learn more about each of the climbers' journey. Some of us still have a little bit more we hope to raise, so donate, buy a hat from our store or one of our new adventure t-shirts, and all of those resources go to help children this year in need. For the first time in our history, we are nearing sponsoring every child on our waiting list, which we can't believe how God has blessed in those ways. So sponsor a child during our climb this next week and help us get closer to that goal. And then next year, our directors from here in Africa and all around the world will be able to nominate more children in need so that we can even see more wholeness be made possible because of amazing donors like you. Well, as always, make sure you're following along our newsletter at childrenofpromise.global/newsletter. Share that with a friend so they can keep up with our regular updates. Make sure you follow our daily stories. We posted a ton of stories from here at the GLF on Instagram and Facebook at C/P Global. And as always, keep an eye out for next month's You Make Wholeness Possible so you can make sure to be up to date on all of our upcoming travel, ways to pray for our partners, and amazing things God is doing around the world through Children of Promise. Have a great week.
God, it is you who have the power